It's so important to distinguish which kind of stroke is going on, whether it's the pipe's gotten blocked or whether the pipe's gotten busted. So that would be done at a hospital with what's called a non-contrast CT or a head CT, a CAT scan of the head. And
Mm-hmm.
that can tell you whether there's bleeding inside the brain or whether there isn't. And that's primarily what you're looking for. So the goal really is to have someone rapidly transported to a hospital, rapidly get a CAT scan done. And, ideally, if you can get those done within 20 minutes or less, that would be the best thing.
Wow. Now
Yeah.
that is rapid time.
So, those are targets. I mean, we mightn't always achieve them, but they're certainly targets.
Is there a particular time of day strokes occur, or they're just, come right out of the blue anytime?
They can come right out of the blue at any time. I've read of heart attacks being common on a Monday morning. Not too sure I can say the same for a stroke. It can occur at any time.
Okay. Can you discuss any new research or advancements in the treatment of hypertension?
Sure. So most of the research and advancement has actually gone into the development of medications, what we call the digital health and wearables, and what's called personalized medicine. In terms of procedures, as I mentioned before, some of the things that can be done if this is what's called secondary hypertension, surgical options are available. There's another situation where we could do something called renal denervation, where basically it's a procedure that disrupts overactive nerves in the arteries going to the kidneys, which can potentially lower the blood pressure. I believe a few of those cases have been done in Cayman before as well, but most of the research has actually gone into the development of new medications with less side effects and more promising treatments. Digital health, well, one of the great advantages of this is the mobile health apps that provide the real-time feedback, which can allow both the patient and their doctors to fine-tune the treatments more accurately. And now we're getting into this time of personalized medicine with genetic profiling and biomarker research, for risk determination and to some extent determining what would be the best approach. So it's an exciting time.
Yeah, I will confess, I use my Apple Watch. It's kind of accurate because I do it tested at the hospital, but some doctors don't believe in it either. Is there a particular app that you would say people should, look at?
No, I'm not sold on any particular app, to be honest with you. An Apple Watch is usually quite a reliable tool, but there's no particular app that I would say yes, bend over backwards and make sure you get this one.
Okay. Let's circle back to the lifestyle changes that you recommend to your
Sure.
patients.
So it's a team effort. The physician can't do it for you, and the patient can't do it on their own without support. So it is a team effort. So the lifestyle changes really, first of all, it starts with commitment. Right? You've got to decide, okay, I have this issue. I want to live a life relatively free of complications of this problem. So it begins with commitment, committing to that. Stress management is very important. And certainly avoiding tobacco and limiting alcohol are two fairly easy things to do. Your diet is really important too. Regular physical activity, important. And, where possible, try to get some weight off. It's not easy. Gosh, everybody knows that. But certainly it's about progress, not perfection. And, I would say also, keep yourself informed on emerging treatments and technologies. It's an important two-way discussion, right? Patient may come across something. Hey, doc, what do you think about this? And we can have a conversation about it. Because as I said before, we are partners in healthcare.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. I mean, we're in control, like me, the patient's in control of my health, but
Hmm.
I'm coming to you for expert advice and guidance. So we're partnering on that
Hmm.
journey. What advice would you give to someone who has just had a stroke from hypertension?
On someone who's just had a stroke,
Recovering from
well,
a stroke, sorry.
well, a lot of it boils down to the extent of disability from the stroke. This may run the full gamut of someone who's completely bedridden, can't care for themselves, to someone who has fairly good recovery function. But the same techniques for managing and controlling blood pressure would still apply. So basically, again, um, diet is important, lifestyle, adherence to medication regimen, all of these things continue to be important. you're getting into what's called secondary prevention. Now, you don't want another stroke to occur. And secondary prevention does require perhaps sometimes more intensive medication regimens than what would have been used beforehand. But the lifestyle changes are critical. The support has to be there. As I said, if it's somebody who's become severely disabled, then obviously care is required.
Are there more men with hypertension or women? Or it's kind of equal opportunity?
It's very close. I mean, quite often men, but it certainly is very close indeed.
So before we wrap up, any parting word to give our audience before we leave?
Take control of your health. Know your numbers. So important things to know. Know your weight, your height, your waist circumference, your blood pressure, your resting pulse rate. Know your numbers. It can give you valuable clues.
Do you want to say what ideals they should be?
I don't really like to get into ideals because to a large extent it's quite a personalized thing.
All right. My resting heart rate is 46. So anyway, well, thank you so much, Dr. Ebanks.
Thank you so much too.
Would you remind our audience where you're working now?
Yes, I'm based at Grand Harbour Medical. That's in the same plaza as Healthcare Pharmacy and Hurley Supermarket. We're right next door to Harbour Walk.
Okay, well, thank you for being on For the Health of It. We are moving you to the life you want.
There's nothing more important than your health, and seeking expert healthcare with physicians you can trust is what you deserve. UHealth, the University of Miami Health System, offers peace of mind to you and your family with a first-class experience. Our patient coordinators assist with everything you need before, during, and after your stay with us. As South Florida's only academic-based health system, UHealth offers cutting-edge treatment, compassionate care, and life-changing results just a flight away. Learn more at umiamihealth.org/international.
Attention HR managers and business leaders. Want to boost productivity, reduce absenteeism, and show your team that their well-being matters? The Lightroom now offers custom corporate memberships designed to enhance energy and mental clarity, reduce stress, and improve overall health, creating a healthier, more focused workforce. Invest in your team's well-being because a thriving team leads to a thriving business. Visit thelightroom.ky to learn more. It's a new era in wellness.
This is For the Health of It with Tara Bush. Brought to you by the Health Services Authority. Caring people, quality service. Visit hsa.ky.
For the Health of It with Tara Bush.
Brought to you by Healthcare Pharmacy, where they care about your health. 2 locations, Governor Square and Grand Harbour. Refill and transfer prescriptions online. Call 947-8900 or visit healthcarepharmacy.ky. Also brought to you by Cayman Medical Center, Cayman's most awarded private medical clinic.
And UHealth, International University of Miami.
World-class healthcare in the heart of Miami.
The Lightroom, your holistic sanctuary for physical and mental restoration, repair, and rejuvenation. The power that made the body heals the body. 38 Pasadora Place, Georgetown. Find us online at www.thelightroom.ky or call 938-HEAL.
For the Health of It with Tara Bush.
Since 1976.
Covering Grand Cayman, Little Cayman, and right. One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Radio Cayman.